So the reason I got in the Swifts was the shape, the styling, I guess the culture is probably the better word. So the people who are going around, the cruises they're doing, it's all hot hatchbacks, not V8s.
Yeah, bought the Swift and then sort of found Swift Drive and Redline and places like that, and just been scanning around them, and then sort of started to get into the car scene, and I bought it and I didn't plan on doing anything to it, and then saw a few things, went, oh, I'll do that, and had a guy selling coilovers, and I sort of started looking into the whole stance thing and everybody with the fat tyres and stuff and good fitment, and I was like, oh, I kind of like that.
My first car was a Holden Barina, the old square type. So I'd always toyed up with the idea of putting a GDI engine in that, and then eventually a guy approached me selling this, and yeah, it sort of seemed a bit more sensible than doing a conversion, just buying a car ready to go.
Well, I saw the Swifts run at Bathurst, and they might have come in for a pit stop or something. It must have been a production car race. And I looked at them and they didn't do anything. They didn't put new tyres on, they didn't do anything. They put fuel in the car, sent the guy on the way, and I thought, that's the car for me. Nice and quick, fun little car, not too much work.
People identifying the Swift GDI as the ideal street rocket, you know, and you know, between several of us that are involved in my business and other businesses, you know, and a lot of the owners, a lot of the ideas that are coming forward, we're finding it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper to make a serious performance car.
My basic turbo kit is $3,000 fitted now, and that's not a big sum of money to spend on a car, and I think I've done a 14-second run in with the standard engine and the budget turbo kits.
Kind of go through that thing where they started off as a nice everyday car, no one really modified them, they had warranties, then suddenly all the salons, rims started coming into it, they get a bit cheaper, turbo kits start coming in on gearboxes, then you start actually just turning them into, yeah, absolutely off their nut toys.
I remember Croydon Autosports 15 years ago, they spent $100,000 making a GDI do 12s. You could probably do it for 15 grand now, no worries at all.
What's happened now is the guys can buy the car a lot cheaper. So you can buy a $2,000 car, say spend $3,000 on a turbo kit, and you've got a pretty quick car.
After one of my turbo engines died, I decided to take a break and just simplify things for a while, so I fitted up just a stock engine, ran a Motec on it, and took it out to race. It was a lot less stressful, everything was reliable and happy and much more enjoyable from my point of view. But it didn't have very much horsepower. I think it had about 90 horsepower at the wheels. So I kind of wanted to get a bit more grunt out of it still. Now it's a Honda K20 engine. It's a 2 litre, naturally aspirated hopefully.
Okay, pretty much G13B, just virtually just off its nuts, cams, rods. It's running Vitara pistons, this one, which I've never ran before. Yeah, just pretty much everything as far as you can possibly get a Swift, taking as much weight out of it as you possibly can, putting as much power into it as you possibly can, and trying to make it drive straight.
When I first bought it, I didn't really get into the Swift scene probably for a couple of years after having the car. I think I ended up on Redline after going through Team Swift, and someone talked about it on there. But it was a bit more active back then, you know, people were organising cruises a bit more, and it wasn't long after I got involved with the Canberra cruises started to happen. So I mean, they were good to look forward to every year. I think I actually only missed out on one in total.
I've done just races, not races, like cruises and stuff. So just go cruise around the hills and things. Yeah, but never actual event. It's pretty cool. It's good fun. So.
It's massive organisation to do a day like this, and the problem is you always need that one person to step up and go for it. And it's getting fewer and fewer with the people that want to do it, which is kind of why I did this as the last hurrah. But the problem is everyone's wanting another one now, so time will tell. Time will definitely tell.